Tony Chan, in your book, you discuss the 4 types of entrepreneurs. Let's go through them. One of them is heart-dominated, and for this one, you choose as an example Steve Ells from Chipotle. Explain why.
Yeah, thanks, Greg. We talked about 4 traits: heart, smarts, guts, and luck. And the first one in the chapter we opened with is the heart-dominant trait, really purpose, passion-driven. And someone like Steve Ells, when you look at how he started Chipotle, what his vision and purpose was, it was much more than just creating a burrito. It was a new form of fast casual. An anecdote we used, my partner was executive chairman of Chipotle, was that one day he calls in and says, "I've solved it all, I've solved it all." And it was all about the chopping of onions with the various condiments in there. And that's really a passion-driven form of decision making.
Well, from chopping onions, let's talk about Warren Buffett, because you choose him as an example of a smart-dominated entrepreneur. Explain. He's certainly a smart guy.
Yeah, there's a lot of smart, dominant people. Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, and these are folks that tend to be driven by pattern recognition. And a lot of great investors, when we're in our day job of venture capital at Q-Ball, we talk about the singular most important trait besides self-awareness is pattern recognition. And Buffett has long been known to write down the reasons why he makes an investment decision and have that discipline of self-reflection, self-awareness, go back when the results come and see why they worked or why they didn't work and compare that to what he codified. And that's a very typical smart-driven habit.
For guts, you choose Sir Richard Branson. And this makes sense because he takes yachts out racing and jumps off planes and does a lot of adventurous type things. That said, there's a fine line between stupidity and guts.
Yeah. So yeah, we say, you know, stubbornness is great when you're right, it's hell when you're wrong. So yeah, someone like Branson or really any iconoclastic figure, you know, they're out there to break the mold. And the guts hierarchy is really driven by 3 types of levels when you talk about guts-driven decision makers. They start with this propensity just to do, the guts to initiate. From there, they have the guts to endure. Resiliency, both a characteristic of the entrepreneurism in this country, but really of those guts-driven people, and ultimately the guts to evolve. Think of Branson. I mean, he started with record labels and then goes off and does airplanes, is now flying things into space.
Now, any entrepreneur has to test their luck. You use Tony Hsieh as a luck-dominated entrepreneur. Certainly lucky, he starts Zappos, sells it to Amazon, makes a whole lot of money, but he's a very level-headed guy.
Yeah, and I would say that the sale of his linked exchange or the sale to Amazon of Zappos wasn't really a luck event. I think he created the circumstances for luck, and that's what we talk about. Luck-dominant people are really driven by a type of attitude, Greg. They have a deep sense of humility. You've interviewed Tony here. He's a soft-spoken, humble guy. They have an intense intellectual curiosity. You walk through Zappos, there's a library of books. He just encourages people to devour new ideas. And ultimately, they have optimism. A lot of us confused luck with kind of like the Vegas, like draw an ace out of a deck of 52 and you have 1 out of 52 chance. The type of luck-dominant personality we're talking about is really an attitudinally type of driven luck. And that's really what Tony Hsieh has. He has that great sense of humility, intellectual curiosity, and optimism.
This market is
stock pickers market.
Stocks have rallied this year.
We're coming into a Monday where we're getting